Here it is, everyone, the last remaining of the 150 hand cannons we loved so much in Destiny 2. You know, it's interesting, with the sandbox changes and 600 RPM auto rifles getting toned down, I was pretty surprised with how good 140s are in the sandbox and haven't really felt the need for 150s. With that said, it's nice to have one unique option in the 150 slot, and Sunshot is no joke. When we first got wind of the changes for hand cannons and auto rifles, there were a ton of folks claiming we would see a Sunshot meta. And to be fair, it's still early on to judge how everything will settle in. But from what I can tell so far, just like all the other archetypes and weapon types, I haven't seen the Sunshot meta come yet. Don't get me wrong, it's still very good and offers utility in explosive rounds and the use in PvE, but it's not the super dominating weapon some thought. For anyone who looks at weapon stats, I think you had an idea that this wouldn't be the end all of hand cannons for a couple reasons. One, the split explosive round damage type. You know, it's weird seeing two damage values pop up when hitting an enemy, and it's visually less confirming. And two, its low aim assist value of 60. Now, this weapon does have great recoil of 95 and handling, but without the catalyst, this is really only viable in PvE, I think. If you do have the catalyst though, those bumps in range and stability make a huge difference for PvP. In particular, the stability makes you able to engage in 1v1s a lot easier, and from what I understand, contributes to mouse and keyboard aim assist slightly. I think my biggest complaint about this weapon actually shouldn't even be a complaint, but it's the magazine size of 12, which is too small. See, with those explosive rounds, I find myself spamming shots a lot more than I should, even when I get a crit shot. It shows 47 damage, and my brain doesn't quite register the fact that I got 21 explosive damage with it. I shoot the ground around enemies a ton, and I feel like I just ran out of ammo all the time in PvE. So speaking of PvE, this is one of the most fun weapons to use in limited circumstances. That explosive chain damage is awesome when it procs, but you'll only get to take advantage of that against weak red bar enemies. The moment you get a powerful enemy, you waste almost your entire clip to kill it, and then you don't even get that fun explosive damage kill. This is a great gun to troll around and patrol, and sort of just enjoy the RPG element of this game. With this crazy cool gun, it looks awesome, and shoots fiery explosions, you know? Would I take this into a legendary lost sector or raid? Definitely not. It could be just my imagination, but you run out of ammo so quickly with this gun. Like, I feel like I need to run hand cannon ammo scavenger mods with this to have it be viable. Maybe I just have a terrible shot and miss too many bullets. I don't know. But let's talk PvP, since I know the majority of you are mostly interested in that. I spoke earlier about how the Sunshot meta hasn't developed, and that the aim assist values are low, contributing to that. You know, this is just a theory, but I see in a month or so that Sunshot will be widely used by the elite PvP players, where aim assist is kind of irrelevant, and they can take advantage of the faster time to kill and the versatility of Sunshot. The explosive rounds make a decent amount of flinch to fight against, and the fact that you can damage enemies behind cover with explosive rounds means you can prevent your opponent from regenerating health and puts more pressure on them. And that's kind of where I see this weapon. If you are good enough, you can really take advantage of the amount of offensive pressure this weapon can provide. And I need to state, I am not that level of player. You know, I can win Rumble games, anything in the non-competitive playlist with this thing, but the moment I go against good players, this weapon becomes a lot harder for me to use. I feel like even though it has a good time to kill and flinch, it can just be less forgiving if you're in a 1v1 duel with someone with dire ace and knows what they're doing. Speaking of 1v1 duels, what this weapon does have with a catalyst is great range, better than you would think. Damage fall off occurs at 31 meters, only marginally worse than ace at 33. This is one of those weapons where if you can land the first shot, you have a high probability of winning that gunfight, but if you body shot or miss, you seem to pay for it more compared to other 140s. So, should you get Sunshot and the catalyst? Hell yeah, it's a great gun and a lot of fun to use. Just don't expect to become a 150 hand cannon god in Crucible right away using it. Getting used to the cadence of 140s and going back to this takes a little bit to adjust to. And as I said, it's not as forgiving. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. I wanted to provide a more real perspective on this weapon compared to the PvP gods on YouTube. If you enjoyed this video, would love it if you hit that like and subscribe button for more Destiny 2 content in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Yeah, I always forget to record this part in the main commentary, but let's talk about how this gun sounds. You know, for a weapon that packs the energy of the sun in each bullet, it sounds kind of cheap. Like, I'm hearing the weapon through some kind of crappy speaker or something. You know, more specifically, like a bag of coins being slammed against the wall through some budget plastic toy speakers. That's my thought.